Okay, yeah, I'm gonna kick YouTube's ass. Personally, I don't know if it's YouTube or LG, but I'm kicking someone's butt because I'm tired of this shit of my live streams always kicking me out. It's just frustrating. So, problem one, top priority is going to be the streaming. I mean, I'm at a Hilton. I'm at the Palmer House, the ever famous Palmer House in Chicago, and Wi-Fi. Oh, good. They got a hit. Cubs game is on right behind me. Um, but I mean, this has always been a problem with me. I mean, maybe it's because I'm using my phone instead of my laptop, but I don't know. So, give me a second. I'm in between feeling warm and feeling cold because I'm in I have like a cold spring allergies going on right now. So yeah, I'm gonna have a dry throat, and that's not gonna be fun throughout this whole process going through this video. So let me just get my iPad up and going for the comments because, again, I don't know if it's because I'm doing it on my phone or what is it, but I can't, look at my comments that everyone is feeding me on the phone. So I have to go on my iPad and make a effing hassle out of it. So cheers to that. So tonight's drinks include a Gatorade, a Sprite, water, and Mountain Dew, if you're just wondering. I could go for the mini bar, personally, but nah, don't want to take on that cost. And all right, so one person should be watching. So chat's open, chat away. So it's a nice Monday, kind of cold out. Give me a second here. There we go. Clarendon? What? Oh yeah. I'm watching the game behind me, the Cubs game behind me, in reverse. So I'm thinking, why are they running to third base? That's so weird. But it's reversed because I'm looking in a mirror. So everything's backward. So, whoops. So starting off the evening wearing my ever famous and ever fantastic self-made, well, I mean, I didn't make the hat itself or the design, but my own embroidered campaign hat. My Natal for Trustee campaign hat. So nice dad hat, if anyone hasn't seen it before. I know Major League Hats keeps giving me plenty of compliments on how boss it is, how fantastic it is, like the best hat he's ever seen. He does like the design that my brother made. But otherwise he's like, man, how can I ever rock a dad hat like Professor Hatter can? I don't know. It's okay, it's okay, Sergio. It's okay. It's okay. Not everyone can rock a dad hat this good. Don't worry, you'll get there someday. I'm not even a dad. That's the scary part. I can make dad hats look good, and I'm mad good with the dad jokes, but yet I'm not a dad. I even have a girlfriend. What is up with that? Here's one for you. Did you ever hear the joke about Orion's belt? The constellation? It's a big waste of space. I'm sorry. You know what? Joke wasn't that great. I give it 3 stars. Boom! 2 for 1 right there for you. Yes, and that is why I don't have a girlfriend. But we'll move on to other topics. So let's talk about the let me look at the comments. Major League Cats is clinging to his youth. You know, he's in his early 30s and he's trying to cling to his youth. He's youthful enough. What's happening behind me? Rays are leading the Rockies 3-1. And somehow the Cubs are effing up. And it's 5-0. Bottom of the 4th. Atlanta's up. Great. Not a not a good start. I mean, granted, Atlanta is good. They got some good hitters, and their starting pitcher tonight, Newcomb, is I'd say is pretty good. Cubs are on to decline according to Houston Jeff. I mean, it'll be in and out, but I mean, long season, guys. It's a long season. I'm dedicated to 162 games. So, this dry throat is terrible. This open window isn't helping. But then again, I'm in between hot and cold. So, we'll see. What else? So, alright, so let's talk a little baseball first. I'm going to show my new hat. I told Major League Hats about it, and no, there's only Major League Hats watching. He's seen the hat before, so we'll save the new hats for later when there's more people on. I shared on Twitter and Instagram that having a live stream. Your fantasy league sucks. Which part sucks? That you're getting beat. That's what's happening. I'm getting beat too, to be honest. And what really sucked was Saturday. I picked up Schwarber. Schwarber was sitting on my bench, had 9 points, and Austin Meadows had nothing. Like, son of a. All right, you know what? We'll just change it the next day. So Sunday I have Schwarber at outfield or utility, and I put Austin Meadows, who's on the Rays. Anyone who doesn't know that, Austin Meadows on the bench. Schwarber gets 6 points. Meadows gets 9. I mean, it wouldn't have made a huge hill of bean difference, but like, well, F. And I left Yohan Mikado, White Sox infielder, on bench with 10 points. I mean, that's what really sucks. I think the worst part with fantasy baseball is I would more hate to see bench players leaving points on the bench rather than seeing pitcher lose some points. I mean, of course, it doesn't help when you're first select in the draft. Chris Sale gets you negative 14 points because Boston totally F's up on opening night against the Mariners. That doesn't help, but those 10 points on the bench could have helped. But whatever. Yeah, I had starting pitching on the bench. Well, you only have one guy on IR. I mean, the semantics. I remember when they changed the injured reserve to injured lists. Like, what's the difference? It's the same. We all know it's the same thing. It's IR. It's just confusing. So I don't know. I don't have the ESPN app on my iPad. I'm not gonna get it. Yeah, might as well get it now. So I don't know who specifically I have on the bench. I think Scooter Gennett? I don't know. Let's see. Braves are up, and I see on. Yeah, just looking at stuff. So it's just Sergio and myself. Oh, I do have the fantasy app. Look at that. How else can I surprise myself? Getting out? Nope. He's high-fiving the first base coach. That's not good. It's taking longer to get the information on the app. I'm just looking up the fantasy stuff. So right now, I think I'm playing Hat God and Team Hat God, and I'm down 227 to 143. So that's not good. But what's good about because a regular matchup is just 1 week, so it'd be from Monday to Sunday. And with the opening week, this past weekend, is a part of this upcoming week. So there'll be some bigger point totals. Also, I don't know what Major League has to talk about my fantasy league sucking or whatever he said before, but I mean, at least in my league we're doing head to head. I mean, that's what I'm used to. You know, kind of like with like any other sport, fantasy sport like fantasy football, where you go head to head. But in his league, it's total points. It's every man for himself. It's different. I've never done before, so it's a different strategy, I guess. Catch it, catch it. Nice. Who is that? Oh, Zukna, the new guy in left field or right field. I don't know. Okay, so right now I got. Oh, Nolan Arenado's got me 4 points, so good for him. Trevor Story has me -2 points. Oh wait, no, that's his team. Shit. I got Starlin Castro on the bench for 7 points. Son of a bleep. Okay, well I have Swanson is kind of helping. Alsby, Contreras is helping. Bryant is helping a bit. So, hey, Major League Hats, go bother some people on Twitter or Instagram. Tell people about the live stream. I mean, we need more entertainment than just us two. Yeah, I got an notification up there. Because the stream might go a little bit faster than once predicted. Oh, I'm just catching up on the comments down here. Twitter sucks. I just, if you have to send out a messenger pigeon, that's what I've been doing. I got the open window here, and I got smoke signals going out. I tried sending for a Pony Express, but I think that since it's election day tomorrow, I don't think that they're in service tonight. So we'll see how that goes. Hey, Chicago got a goal. Fantastic. I'm gonna try to find the Blackhawks game behind me, so give me a second. Before we do that, I'm gonna check in on the Elite Eight matchup for the women's basketball game. Ouch, shit. it's Baylor against Iowa, and Baylor is up 77-51. Wow. I'm guessing that it was Oregon had upset Mississippi State last night in the Elite Eight matchup in the Southern region, and for me, I like Mississippi State in women's basketball a lot. They've always been on a good run. They've had some good teams. I had them, I think it was 2 years ago, I had them beating UConn in the Final Four matchup to go to the national championship and win it. And they did. They beat UConn for the Final Four matchup, but I think they lost to Notre Dame or South Carolina. But, either way they lost. And they lost again last night to Oregon. But you know what? I've been kind of getting to be a big fan of Oregon. Number 20, I forget her name. It's a Ukrainian name, but she got like a triple double the other night, or no, not the other night, last week, and she was roasting ESPN for not covering her on her triple double, and rightfully so. And people are like, "Oh, get back in the kitchen," those bad jokes, and she all right, I'll cook you up some more triple doubles. Great stuff. So kind of makes me want to get an Oregon hat. So I know Notre Dame is playing tonight in the Chicago region, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I think they're playing Louisville. I forget. Um, but yeah. Oh, and UConn won their region, so whoop-de-doo, I guess. What's next? Women's table tennis matchups. Could be. Oh, okay. It froze for a bit. Sorry. Um, so yeah, table tennis matchups. I mean that could be a thing. I've also wanted to get into for college women's soccer. One of my friends went to Michigan State. She never did it at the collegiate level, but she did it at high school. Um, Never really got into that. I have also wanted to be more of a committed fan during the WNBA season for the Aces and for the Chicago Sky. I mean, when the Chicago Sky had Elena Deladon, oh my God, we were championship bound pretty much. But she got traded to Washington D.C. It's kind of weird. They're called Washington in the WNBA instead of like D.C. So it makes me confused with like Washington State, but they're called Seattle Storm. But Elena Deladon is originally from the University of Delaware, and her sister has medical condition, and it required more of Elena's time to be with her, closer to her. So, so Elena Deladon going to hey, two people. So Elena Deladon going to DC was like Stephen Piscotty of the Cardinals going to the Oakland A's, where he could be closer to his mom before she passed. So, um, okay, yeah, there's plenty of troubles with the. You take everything literally. I'm joking. Okay, I mean, yeah, because Major League Hits. I mean, my sarcasm never comes out. Oh, I did find the Hawks game. Never comes out through text. You keep buffering because it's bad Wi-Fi here. Okay, I saw a comment. You froze. Well, at least I didn't look too stupid when I got frozen. I mean, I'm gonna really have to talk to YouTuber. There it is. I'm gonna have to talk to someone on like YouTuber, LG, and be like, guys, what the hell's going on? Why can't I have a regular stream? Why can't I have nice things? All right, so Blackhawks. So let's get into that right now. So I do have my Blackhawks hat. I brought a few hats with me tonight for the stream. So my standard Blackhawks 5950. Okay, so Tays got the first goal, and they're playing the Winnipeg Jets right now. And Jets, either the Jets or Predators are in first. I almost don't care because we're fighting for a playoff spot. It's rough right now. I think that if we can't win, then we're eliminated. Which will be kind of frustrating, only because it's kind of like an on and off thing where it's like, oh, we're making a great playoff push, and it's like, two, 3 losses in a row, and you only get 1 point out, you only get like a 1 point from an overtime loss. That's a frustrating part. It's never like a constant like, oh, we're getting there, we're getting there. It's like start and stop, and I think just as frustrating would be with Vegas, because I got my hockey hats out. With Vegas last week, it was such a struggle to clinch a playoff spot because what was it like? Monday they could clinch with a win, but then they lost, and then Tuesday they could clinch if the Hawks lost, and, if the Hawks lost. No, it was Tuesday if the Hawks could win against uh, Arizona, then Vegas could clinch. And then they could have clinched against the Avalanche, but they lost. and they lost to the Wild on Friday, but still clinched because someone else lost, and it's frustrating. It's always frustrating when your team gets into clinches a playoff spot, but it's only because some other team lost. It doesn't seem like a. Cause I remember that's how it was for the 2015 and maybe even the 2016 Cubs, where we had to wait for the Giants or someone else or the Pirates to lose, and then we could celebrate. It's kind of like an empty victory in a way. It's like, yeah, we clinched, and only because we couldn't get the job done. We had to wait for someone else to do the job, and it's like, oh, jeez. So that's what Vegas was all about. But Vegas is all set as the first matchup with San Jose Sharks. Major League Cats, it's his team out there. Like the Sharks, 7-game losing streak, and only clinched because the Wild lost. So, Major League Cats, you're gonna have to do your best and tell me how your first game is. Because, that arena has got to be really nice. I don't know how old it is, but the Sharks arena, the play, is like one of the top 10 arenas, maybe stretching the top 5. Releasing a video soon. I really can't wait for that. That's gonna be so cool. Crawford. All right. Well, what other team can disappoint me tonight? Can I? And it's still 5-0. Still 5-0. Braves. White Sox. What are you talking about? What in tarnation are you talking about, mister? So more with jeez, dude, the dude went to third. I'm watching in backwards, watching in reverse. It's kind of funny. But yeah, more with the hockey playoffs. So the Vegas and San Jose matchup is set. Everything else is still up in the air right now. Flames have clinched the West finally, and also meaning they clinched the Pacific Division. Sorry. Sorry, guys. What else? And the Lightning have clinched the East since March. February, pretty much, or the All-Star break. And they were presented the President's Trophy over the weekend. I know I sent you Major League hats, but if you are new into hockey yourself, or if you're into hockey in general, check out Jillian Fisher. I will try to leave some sort. I'll at the end of this video, I'll leave a comment below her YouTube page. She's hilarious. I started watching her a few weeks ago, and she only has a few videos out for this hockey season, but they're hilarious. They're really funny. Adds a lot of drinking into the mix, so that makes it all the much better, more entertaining. So playoffs will be starting soon. Not this week, but the following week. I think it's the 11th that the playoffs will start for hockey. Around then-ish, mid-April it'll start. So hopefully the Blackhawks can clinch. They still have a few tough games ahead of them. Let me look up what those games are quickly. Just switch it out. And of course, I've shown it off before, but if you're new to all this, my Vegas hat is a 950 snapback, new era. Nice golden look there. It's one of my one of my nicer hats I like to show off. It's very like gold and all glittery, which is pretty cool. I know Major League Hats is pretty jealous of my Vegas hat and how it's a snapback. Actually, even though it's April Fool's Day, I feel like I shouldn't joke too much about Major League Hats liking snapbacks. Um, do you have a sign at Betsy's? I'm reading a text. Give me a second. It's about my campaign. My mom's doing signage for me. She's taking care of all the signs for my campaign, like putting them around all the voting precincts. Because right now I'm at a hotel, and tomorrow I have to be up at 4 a.m. for 5 a.m. work for another for another day of like 16 hours. So that'll be fun. Oh yeah, so all we have left for the Hawks is Winnipeg tonight, St. Louis, and Dallas, all at home. So that's gonna be so tough. And Avalanche and Coyotes are ahead of us, and so is Minnesota. So it's looking pretty bad, guys. Looks pretty tough. Let me get back to. I know I froze again. You said what other team is going to disappoint you in? You know, if I ever listen to myself, one, I cringe at my own voice. Because, like, when you hear yourself in your head, you sound one way. But when you listen back, you sound really bad to yourself. And I know I have, like, a lisp thing. I have a problem with my S sounds and my TH sounds. I've been working on that since, like, kindergarten. But, yeah, if I listen to myself, it's bad news. And let's see what else. So what about the White Sox? You said what other team is going to disappoint you tonight? The White Sox. Okay. No, it's another text from my mom about the signs. I think Major League Hats is talking about the White Sox. Okay, I mean, like, the White Sox are currently perpetually disappointed. Okay, back. Yep. All right. Drink the Gatorade, drink the Mountain Dew. Because why not? Oh. Huh. Yeah, White Sox had a pretty good had a good pitching game. I think Friday or Saturday. Because I kept getting notifications like, "Oh, no hitter in progress," and that's when I get to the sixth inning. That's when, everyone else in the baseball world starts to get intrigued by someone else's game. So yeah, good start for them. So let me wrap up hockey really quick here. Going into the playoffs in the last 3-4 games for people. Oh, yes, good. Wait. Shit. Anyways, wrapping up hockey. So, the top teams for the East, I think, are going to be Islanders can sneak back in, I think. The Bruins and the Lightning will have their times to shine. But Lightning and Bruins will, in the current playoff system, will meet in the second round, and it's going to be Lightning in 7. it would probably be a Capitals and Islanders in 6, with Islanders winning, and then probably Tampa Bay winning out in 5 games to the Islanders. And then the West, that one's still up for I mean, it's not that teams are like really good. It's just always kind of a wild card with the West, really. But really hoping Vegas can get back to at least the second round. That'd be really nice. I think that would be good for consistency and continuity purposes. All right, so let's move on to something that was going on last night and this past weekend. March Madness. March Madness. Ah, shit. Anyways. So with March Madness, so of course I called it. I know there were plenty of other people, but I called Michigan State upsetting Duke. I mean, I don't know if you can really call it an upset if you're predicting it. Even I'm using my phone. My phone doesn't want to. It knows that I've been checking in and out during work yesterday when I'm doing cards or go back. So frustrating. Anyways, okay, so we'll try to wrap this up in the next 10-ish minutes then. So Michigan State's going on, and the reason why they're moving on is because you had names to Duke, R.J. Barrett, Cam Reddish, and Zion Williamson. Excuse me. And they got Coach K behind them. Whew, sorry. But the problem is, you need a team to get all the way through. They're moving on because they had one more point. Oh, okay, yeah, but the shooting majorly at the shooting. I've been hearing. I didn't watch the entire game because I was at work. But from hearing from all the ESPN commentators, the shooting was terrible. Like, no one in the last 3 minutes made a shot. Like, the big names, like Williamson, Barrett, Reddish, made a shot. And, the team kind of fell apart. And they fell apart. Come on. You have got to be kidding me. Okay, I'm gonna 7-0. Fantastic. Fan-effing-tastic. Oh, it's Notre Dame and Stanford. Okay. Yeah, go Notre Dame for the other Final Four women or Elite Eight matchup for women's basketball. Virginia also had a good. Well, I don't know if Virginia had a good game. I mean, it was a good game. But, they had to go to overtime with Purdue, and Purdue was making a habit of that kind of stuff. Because they already went to overtime with Tennessee the game before. And, but it was a thrilling game. So, and Auburn and Texas Tech are going to their first Final Four ever, which I think I'm more surprised about Auburn never getting to a Final Four. And I was mainly rooting for Auburn, not because of facing Kentucky, and Kentucky being kind of like a one of those like they win all the time basketball schools. I like the coach and Bruce Pearl. Bruce Pearl was at Tennessee for the men's coaching job for a while, and I don't know when he left, but I like him. He's a great coach, and so I was glad for him to move on to the Final Four. So for that Final Four matchup, I know it's going to be Virginia and Michigan State for the final, for the championship game. And, I could have made that layup. Sorry. And, I have to look at the stats again to really see, who would favor out, the turnover rate would be key for me to look at. And the free throw, I think, would make a difference too. Maybe the 3 points. But so this is I don't think I've ever really shown this one before. This is my Virginia snapback. It's a 950, but it's an original fit, and it's like kind of small on my head. Like you can tell that the bill is like more square, rectangular-ish compared to like the wider curved out bill for the Michigan State hat. So yeah, didn't know that, but that's good. That's good to know. But yeah, just Duke had the big collapse at the end of the game, pretty much. That's why Michigan State. It's that question of like, did Duke lose it or did Michigan State win it? And you can go back and forth, and I think it's more of Duke losing it. So going back to my hats here, so you can obviously tell that this is like a more curve. If you look at the top here, it's like more curve, and this is more of like a squarish, and it's kind of interesting. I mean, it also like fits higher on my head than a like regular snapback, where it's like just on the ear. This is like over the ear, like just a bit, a few centimeters. So it feels like smaller in my head. So I don't wear the hat too often. But the reason the reason why I have a University of Virginia hat, rebound, yeah, that's another big stat. Well, what can I say? I mean, go state, go state, go state, fight on. So I got this University of Virginia hat at the Lids hat sale and hat day sale in 2018. I got it for I think $10, and I'm not really a fan of Virginia basketball or football. I mean, the basketball team is always on a national level. The football team is they might provide an upset to Virginia Tech here and there, but I have a Virginia hat because of the founder. Major League Hats. Who is the founder of the University of Virginia? I'll give you a few seconds to answer that. But I'm sure you're going to use Google, so you're a president. Yes, it was Thomas Jefferson founded University of Virginia, and it is actually on his tombstone. There are 3 things on his tombstone, including found President of the United States, I think Secretary of State, and founder of University of Virginia. Or maybe it's the Declaration of Independence at the end, but there's only 3 things on his tombstone, and it's always the fact that's kept with me. No, I didn't look it up. So that's why I have a Virginia hat, because of the founder. And there's really no Jefferson profile or picture hat, so this is the closest thing I could find. I don't know if you can still hear me. Yeah, it's just paused. And Jets are up 2-1. Great. I don't think I mentioned it before in my presidential hat video, but yeah, you're right. This is presidential related. So we're just going to wait for this to buffer and not be a piece of okay, there we go. All right. So wanted to go back to baseball a bit, going into my my 2 new hats. So of the 10 teams, including the Oakland A's and Cubs who lost in the wild card round, all but 2 teams of the 10 teams that went to the postseason last year lost they did not win their opening series this past weekend. The Rockies tied 2-2 with the Rockies, But otherwise, the only two teams that went to the postseason last year that won their series was the Brewers and the Dodgers. So my brother has full-on gloating rights if he wants to, whatever. But yeah, it's just kind of weird how, like the Astros, the Red Sox, the Yankees, especially, didn't win their series, especially with Yankees playing the Orioles. That's kind of really weird, to be honest. But I didn't see the video, but like there's like a still shot of the Orioles celebrating their first win of the season as if they won the World Series. It was kind of funny. They had the champagne everywhere. It was funny. It was cool. So, and Bryce Harper turned out to be a bust in his first at bat. I messaged Major League Hats. I'm like, oh, Bryce Harper grounded out to first. That's it. He's a bust. Trade him. Sell him. Oh, wait. You can't. Whoops. It's just kind of funny. And then he had his home runs, his multiple home runs in the weekend. So, good for him. So, showing off with my newer hats. I mean, I still have a lot to catch up with my hat videos for but I had the chance to go into Lid Store to pick up two new fitted hats. They had a sale in store only with the code you got in the email of two fitteds for $50, and I had a $10 credit to use up for Lid, so I only paid $45 for two fitted hats. Oh yeah, yes. Okay, so nuts. Okay, Major League Cats, if you're still listening, yes. So, I did put like a picture of Thomas Jefferson wearing a Virginia hat in as the founder of Virginia. I forgot about that. So got two new fitted hats from Lids on last Friday. Had the 2 for $50 sale. Had to go in to the State Street store in Chicago because those guys are awesome. And I originally was looking for a all navy Atlanta Braves hat. But the 7.5 they had was like just too tight on me, and the 7.5/8 they had was loose, little too loose for me, and the front of the crown was kind of like scrunched. It had like gotten collapsed. So, instead went with a different hat. So let me show you the. I was thinking of a White Sox hat, but instead I picked up a Chicago Fire Major League Soccer hat. So this is a nice navy hat. If you can see it the right way, I guess. Yeah, you can see it the right way. Nice navy hat. On the back, you have the shield. This is the newer logo that they've used recently. I'm not as a committed MLS fan as I wish I could be, but I do know that they changed the MLS logo in the last 2 years. So this one is 7.5. So pretty nice fit. I gotta get to bed soon, guys. Oh well. So very nice pickup. I'll be doing a full video about this another time. And I want to be different, with in terms of sports teams. I kind of want that hat diversity. So this next hat, it's a Cubs hat, and wanted to get it because it was so hyped about, and I wore it for the first time, and I'm like, it's like wearing pajamas for your head. It's so comfortable. And it's not the controversial version of it, but it's the 2019 batting practice Chicago Cubs hat, 5950. This is the honeycomb tech hat. And as you can see, it's batting practice. It doesn't have the get a Cardinals hat. Um, you can go away then. No way I'm getting a Cardinals hat. I think I would vote Democratic for a presidential election before I would buy a Cardinals hat. What else would I do before I buy a Cardinals hat? I think I might jump off the Willis Tower. I don't know what I might do instead, but I might try all these different foods that I've hated before getting a Cardinals hat. No way would I ever own a Cardinals hat. I know. Want to send you. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Anyway, so getting back to this Cubs hat. So this batting practice hat doesn't have the spring training logo on the side. Um, not really into this stuff. I just like the plain, simple stuff. So if you can see it up close, it's like honeycomb kind of thing pattern, and even on the button, if you can see it, it's like honeycomb, and that's pretty cool. So it's just a little loose on me, and I tried going into the Liz on State Street to get like a tighter 7.5, but they didn't have any more, which was fine. I mean, if I couldn't get one tighter than this one, it's not the end of the world, but maybe I can shrink it just a bit in the washer and dryer. We'll see. But otherwise, it's a very comfortable fit. So to make it official, let's take the stickers off and do it the wrong way, I guess. But again, this is a very nice hat. I know that the Pro Light hats were highly touted, especially by Major League Hats. He was pretty sad to see the Pro Light hats being replaced by the honeycomb hats. So I feel his pain, man. I feel his pain. I was starting to become a fan of the Pro Light hats when they first came out in 2018. I wasn't really a big fan of dry fit hats in general, but then after a while, it's like, this is a pretty decent hat actually. It's not like the best hat ever, but I don't want to bring a nice 5950 hat out to Wrigley Field knowing that I could just sweat it up, because I sweat just a bit more than the average person. Check your Twitter. All right, let me go from here to Twitter. But yeah, the Pro Light hats were a great, alternative to, out. I was gonna say outside hat, but every hat's an outside hat. But Hex Tech. Okay. Major League Hats is proving me. Okay. It was so long ago. I've been running a campaign. I've been running the Chicago Board of Elections. I mean, give me a break, man. Give me a break. So yeah, he's keeping the politicians honest. That's me. Look at him. Isn't he a regular a buster? Should go work for CNN or Fox or whoever will take you. Anyways, so ow. It is a very comfortable hat. It's originally like the regular high crown, but I kind of bent the brim a bit. That's kind of how I like it, and even when I do that, it gets looser. So, whatever. I think this is pretty good. It's not like too curved, but no, this is a good look then. Get an AFL. They fold. What's AFL? Oh, okay. Hey, you can work from your desk for CNN. It's called working from home. A lot of people do it. You see, it'd be easier that way. What time's your Tinder date coming? Jeez. Got no Tinder. Politician at a hotel. What are you talking about, man? I don't I don't invite interesting people into my apartment or my hotel. I don't do that kind of stuff. I mean, okay, I am a politician, but there's different levels of corruption, you know, and there's certain finesse and style you have to Chicago corruption and politics. It's not about you know getting girls and all that, or the drugs. That's bush league stuff. That's amateur stuff. If you want to play real political corruption, actually Madison, fantastic references. You know, if you want to play big league Illinois corruption, you can't go with the drugs or the girls. And I know this is going to sound really bad because when I run for president in 2032 or whenever, they're going to look back and dig this whole thing up. So if you're watching, future journalists or whoever's watching this, it's all in joking manner because I've been around Illinois for my whole life. I've been in Illinois my whole life, and you pick up on a few patterns. So if you want to play good corrupt Illinois, it's all about the money, and it's all about the power. I'm gonna get off on a tangent here. You're the broke politician, so it's you are with the apostrophe RE. At this You're nobody at this point. You'll make it one day for a full time. I mean, I was kind of playing a little corruption in student. So yeah, in student government, at Concordia, I kind of skewed a survey to go my way. But hey, it was a good reason because I had wanted to ban smoking on campus. It was something that was done at Harper College. It's a public college, and it was a state law introduced and implemented in the summer of 2015 that all publicly funded Illinois colleges were to ban smoking completely off campus because U of I, Urbana-Champaign is like the big school for the state. They did it, so everyone else followed them. We did it at Harper, and I wanted to do it at Concordia because we're private, and it didn't actually affect us. So I did a survey of would you rather have like a smoke-free campus, designated smoking areas or designated smoke-free areas, or like don't change the policy at all. And the students were kind of going toward more of a designated smoking areas, and I kind of had to push for more of a smoke-free campus. What? Wait, let me read this out. If I want to smoke, that's my right. Why do you get to decide what I do? I want to smoke where I want to smoke. It's more of a health thing. We also have a daycare on campus. So in Concordia, we have a prominent daycare system, and it kind of like a youth recreational program that would go on for like basketball and sometimes soccer. So having adults smoking, that's not a good thing. It wasn't a good image. And for me, it was a very personal thing because the guy who was kind of not nagging me about it, but was always like, Jeff, you should get ban smoking at Concordia. The guy Joe from Harper, and he smoked himself for about 20 years. He was also asthmatic, and he quit back in 2014 or 15 when the ban took effect. And summer of 2017, he died, and it really hurt a lot. And the whole campaign, to get smoking banned from Concordia was, kind of based on Joe and inspired by Joe. And I nicknamed the bill Bill JW3 because he was Joseph Ward III, and the Senate bill number was his birthday. So it was a personal thing for me. So yeah, I skewed the survey. I also went rogue. I'll do a whole student government rant some other time because I went over it with Billy. I have to talk with him. But anyways, check Twitter again. Checking Twitter. There's nothing. Ah, I don't even smoke. I'm messing with you. I mean, I don't know your habits. I mean, I'll admit that I have smoked a cigar before. No, I've smoked cigars plural before. But last time I smoked a cigar was like early November, and it's very seldom I smoke a cigar. So yeah, my grandpa Nelson, my mom's side, he died of smoking complications. Essentially, was his bad lungs. Smoked a Cuban cigar in Toronto. I mean, you can pretty much smoke a Cuban cigar everywhere in the world, but America. Even with the travel ban being lifted by Obama, I think back in 2015 or 14, but under Obama he lifted the travel ban. So getting off topic here, we'll have to have this conversation another time. But yes, my whole political thing. So that's what I'm gonna end with here. My vote hat here, my new era. I wore this. I voted. It was kind of a weird feeling. I voted for myself. And, oh my god. Braves scored again. It's 8-0. Braves to the Cubs. Saturday I voted for myself. It was kind of a weird feeling, and I wrote myself and I wore this hat, and the guy complimented my hat, the election judge. So that was pretty cool. But this whole process, and I'm gonna make a video about it for my other channel. But this has been kind of an interesting experience. I've been doing this for a while. Of trying to get involved with local government, and especially being involved with like student government, and years past. And never done too well, to be honest. My election record extends at the beginning of third grade. Third grade, I ran in my first campaign for student council, lost, and ever since then, I am 2 for 14. What are the polls saying at this point? It's a 2 L's, by the way. There's no polls for municipal elections like this. I mean, for like Chicago, of course, there's gonna be polls, and I'm gonna be watching that. I'm going to be in Election Central tomorrow night watching all that. But for me, I won't know my actual totals for about a week because I'm a write-in candidate. But there's a likely chance that I won't get enough votes to beat someone for the third seat, to be honest. At least you're admitting the spelling errors. Just to go into a bad topic here, going off of the spelling, when my ex had dumped me, essentially, she wants to be a lawyer, and she's going for an English minor, but yet in her text, essentially dumping me, saying that she moved on, she contradicted herself and misspelled 2 words. It's like, how are you ever going to be a lawyer and get an English major if you can't spell? And this is just the whole spelling thing. So I don't know how well I'm doing. I mean, I don't have many yard signs out. That's because they're expensive, so I haven't gotten too many. But I've heard from the local newspaper that they're giving me respect and acknowledgement for being a 23-year-old. I'm going to be 24 in May. Just going. So it's not like I'm doing this race and I'm just going into it blindly. I mean, kind of. I just don't have the experience behind it. So I'm already planning for 2021. I'll get somehow involved in 2020 in some sort of election, whether that be at the senator level or state level. Excuse me. But somehow I'll get involved in 2020, like helping someone campaign, and then by 21 I'll run again for trustee. So it's been a pretty fun experience. Get yeah, I know. Get the signatures this time. It'll be much easier. I get it. But it was kind of like a last minute decision thing to do the write-in stuff to be a write-in candidate because it sounded like I'm not here. This was back in like December. Like I would want to do it, but now, but I'm not experienced enough. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'll do it in 2021. But then again, I don't know where I'm going to be living in 2021. Hopefully still in Mount Prospect, but just one for it now. Just because in a lot of time in my life where I've planned out things diligently and was planning step by step, it's always backfired on me. And this is something important to me. This can backfire on me. I'm not going to win, but just gotta go for it. That's what you just gotta do in life sometimes. You can't always be like carefully planning things out because sometimes it's just not gonna work. As much as you plan it out, sometimes you're just gonna be like, "F it, let's do it. Why not?" Get your pump hype playlist going. I got mine going. I keep using from the Spider-Man song text from the past coworker. What's Up Danger from the Spider-Man movie. I heard what's their name? But like the song What's Up Danger from Spider-Man, like it just pumps me up. So, go find something, to distract yourself. I mean, in a way to distract yourself. Because for me, it's been kind of down, still getting over the axe, not getting job prospects going with interviews, things kind of being in a perpetual and play, just going for it, something different. So I urge all of you, I know Major League Hats is watching now, but for future reference, anyone else watching, just take the risk. Take the risk. I mean, like I said before in my election record, I'm 2 for 14